So if you want to like boost your social skills overall and just have a better social life and be able to get the most out of every single conversation that you have, then I think this will be very valuable for you, because it was for me, right? So what I want to be talking about in this video is that there are two ways to basically view things overall. So the first one is perception. So perception is what you can interpret through your senses, like your sensory experiences, like what you're hearing, what you're seeing, what you're smelling, what you're tasting, all that stuff, right? And your perception is absolutely and utterly unique to you. No one else is going to interpret stuff as you do, right? And the key is to actually stop living in the kind of perception world overall. You want to be living more in the so-called perspective like world. So let me explain what that means. So perspective is essentially just viewing yourself from third person. Like for example, right now I'm sitting on the fucking couch, right? Yeah, like that. Sitting on the couch like this, and if I were to view myself from third person, or let me put it like this: if I were to start coping and rationalizing and making excuses for, let's say I was going to go to the gym after this, right? And I started making some fucking excuses for myself not to do that. If I were to look at myself from a third person, then I would look like a fucking bitch, right? If I were to hear that shit. And it's just much more easier to be rational and understand things clearly when you're viewing something from third person, because or from perspective overall, because in perception there are all kinds of emotionalities involved, like some emotions like fucking anger, happiness, all that stuff, right? And it's basically fucking up your ability to actually make good decisions. So the key when it comes to social skills is to not just view things from a perspective, but to also view the other person from a perspective, right? That you put yourself in their shoes, in their seat overall. Because dude, it's so fucking powerful. If you were arguing with somebody, if you were fucking arguing with somebody and you actually genuinely thought, like, what were they thinking? Why are they thinking like this? What has happened to them that hasn't happened to me, that has made them to think this way, right? What is stressing them? How did they wake up this morning? Are they fucking sad? Are they angry? Are they happy? Are they fulfilled? All that stuff. If you were to actually think about the other person's perception from perspective, like from viewing it from the outside, then you would see what they were actually trying to do and what they were actually desiring. Because literally just put yourself in the shoes of somebody else and think to yourself, what does this person actually want, and how can I leverage that in my favor? Like, you can say it's manipulative, I don't really give a fuck, right? You can use it however the fuck you want, right? You just put yourself in the shoes or in the seat of the other person and think about how they are thinking and what they would do and why the fuck they're doing the stuff they're doing, and then think to yourself, how can I use this to my advantage? Because then dude, nobody's doing this shit. It takes a little bit of effort, right? But unless you're a fucking complete piece of shit, fucking pussy bitch, right? Then you're not, it doesn't fucking matter, right? You do what's required. If that's what's required for you, for example, to being able to placate your parent when they're trying to steal your time or some shit at home, then that's what you gotta fucking do, man. Just literally just think about how would they interpret the situation? What is their perception right now of everything that is happening, and how can I leverage that in my favor, right? So, for example, if you are going on a date with a girl or some shit, like, you can just think to yourself, what would make her want to do the stuff that I want her to do? So, for example, if your goal is to sleep with a girl right after the date, then you could think to yourself, like, if I were this girl, what would I want from the guy that would make me actually want to sleep with him, right? If you think about it that way, like, I promise you will be able to foresee everything that is about to happen, and your whole grasp of the social battlefield will just be fucking immensely improved, right? Right? So that's basically the whole thing. Literally from now on, getting to the habit of think about like how the other people in your life are thinking and what makes them think that way and how you can leverage into your favor, right? So that's basically it, man.